Oh, there we go. Okay, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Mader coming at you here on Live Long and Podcast. It is Sunday, March 14th, 2021. Happy birthday, Ashley Millard.
Thank you.
And
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And for a special birthday episode, we are going to have a disaster because it's the 1 year anniversary since also COVID really, the lockdowns really hit and the end of our world as we knew it a year later. Star Trek Radio Theaters, our 8th episode for this season 2. We are doing The Next Generation's Disaster from their 5th season. This is from 1991. It's 2368 in terms of Star Trek years. And this is a story by Rod Jarvis and Philip A. Scorza. And a teleplay by Ronald D. one of my all-time favorites. Also, huge shout-outs to the Millards for helping pull together the script and everything else, and the whole cast here. So we'll introduce all that at the end. We're going to come off screen, and we hope you enjoy the show. Okay.
Captain's log, stardate 45156.1. Our mission to Mudor 5 has been completed, and since our next assignment will not begin for several days, we are enjoying a welcome respite from our duties.
We focus on 10 forward. Keiko, O'Brien, Riker, Worf, and Data are all at the bar. Keiko is very pregnant, and they are discussing names.
If it's a boy, Michael, after me father. I love me parents.
Wait a minute. We decided on Hero after my father.
We talked about this last night.
That's right. And we decided on Hero.
Wait, I've got it. Will.i.am. It's a great name. Will.i.am O'Brien. It's got a nice ring to it.
Oh. Keiko winces. The O'Brien and Riker look concerned. It's all right. He's just doing somersaults. Here, feel. Riker tentatively puts his hand on Keiko's bump. Right there.
He's going to be a hell of a gymnast.
May I?
Sure. There. Feel it? When he's not turning, he's kicking or punching. When I want to sleep, he wants to wake up. At this point, I just wish it were over.
I have to go. I've got a transporter simulation on the bridge.
O'Brien kisses Keiko on the forehead and pats her stomach.
Oh, bye-bye, Michael.
We focus on the cargo bay. LaForge has a pad in his hand and is checking over containers. Crusher is following him around.
No!
Come on, Geordi.
No!
Just try it once. It's not as hard as you think. I'm telling you, you'll be terrific.
All right. I am the very model of a modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
I cannot sing in front of people.
You are terrific. You're a little off pitch, but I think I can take care of that. Okay, LaForge as a modern major general.
We focus on the bridge. Troi is there, with 3 kids. Picard looks uncomfortable.
Captain, I'd like to introduce you to the winners of the Primary School Science Fair. This is Marissa, Jay, Gordon, and Paterson. They're here for their tour.
Hello!
Can we see the battle bridge and the torpedo bay?
No, I'm afraid not. But we will be visiting the hydroponics and astrophysics laboratories.
I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time.
Well, if you'll come with me.
Picard and the children go into the turbo lift as O'Brien comes out.
I'm not sure who to feel sorry for, the captain or the kids.
We focus on the turbo lift. Picard is attempting to connect with the kids.
I want you to know we're very proud of the science fair winners. Perhaps some of you will choose to pursue a career in Starfleet.
The boys seem interested in what he's saying, but the girl looks nervous and is staring at the floor.
Well then, What did you do for your science projects?
I planted radishes in the special dirt, and they came up all weird.
I see. That's very, very commendable. And you?
An analysis of the lifespan of the swarming moths of Gonal 4. They only live for 20 hours, then they all die.
How interesting. And you?
But before the shy girl can answer, the turbolift loses power and begins to shake.
We're falling!
All over the ship, power drops and everything is shaking violently. Red alert goes off automatically. We focus on the bridge. It's dark and most of the power is out. Troi is the only member of the senior bridge crew there. Everyone else is lower deckers. The one ray of hope is that O'Brien is there too.
What happened?
Sensors are picking up a subspace distortions and high energy particles directly to starboard.
Looks like we ran into a quantum filament. Damage report.
We've lost primary life support. Switching to secondary systems. Impulse and warp engines are offline.
There's another filament moving towards us, sir.
Oh, death. Brace for impact.
The helm explodes in a shower of sparks. Monroe has been hit.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyagers of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Very good.
We focus on the bridge. It's still dark. O'Brien and Troi are picking themselves up off the floor.
Counselor!
I'm all right. Medical team to the bridge. Troi to sickbay. Counselor Troi to Captain Picard. Troi to engineering. Counselor Troi to any crew member. Please acknowledge.
Mandel tries to open the turbolift doors, but is unsuccessful. Who does he think he is, Data?
Medical team to the bridge.
The computer's down. It looks like we still have impulse power, but not much else.
Troi sees Monroe laying on the floor of the bridge and rushes over to her.
Lieutenant Monroe.
She's dead.
Chief O'Brien, the turbo lifts aren't working. We're trapped up here.
Oh,
We focus on the turbolift. The three children are crying, and Picard is injured.
Are you children all right? Bridge, this is Picard. This is the captain. Can anyone hear me?
Why don't they answer?
I don't know.
Ils sont tout morts.
You're not Mott. Communication is down. That's all.
We're going to die, too.
We most certainly are not. Now listen to me. No one here is going to die. The bridge will be sending a rescue party as soon as possible. So, I want you all to stop crying. Everything is going to be all right.
They start crying even harder. Picard is annoyed. We focus on the bridge.
This is the Federation Starship Enterprise. Call in any vessels within range. We are in distress and in need of assistance. Please respond. I'm still not sure we're even transmitting. I'll set the message on auto repeat, and we'll see if we get a message or a response.
A turbolift door is forced open, and Ro Laren hauls herself out of the stuck car.
Are you all right?
I'm alive. What the hell happened?
We were hit by a quantum filament. Most of our systems are down, and we haven't been able to contact anyone off the bridge.
Well, don't count on leaving through there. Emergency bulkhead closed just beneath that lift.
Confinement mode.
Right. Isolation protocol.
I'm not really familiar with that protocol.
If the computer senses a hull breach, it automatically closes emergency bulkheads to isolate the breach. Until we can clear those bulkheads, we'll be cut off from the rest of the ship.
I have partial sensors back online. I'm picking up sporadic life signs throughout the saucer section. There are definitely survivors.
What about 10 forward?
10 forward.
Me wife's there. She's the most wonderful, supportive person I've ever known.
I'm sorry, Chief, but that's not true. The readings are also not that specific.
Can you scan the drive section?
I'm not reading any life signs in the drive section.
Could the sensors be malfunctioning?
There's no way to know. Without the main computer, I can't run a full diagnostic.
Can you sense anything, Counselor?
There are a lot of people still alive. Many of them are hurt, but I can't tell where they are.
We need to start emergency procedures. Who's the duty officer?
Lieutenant Monroe was in command, but she's dead. I believe Counselor Troi is the senior officer on the deck.
Counselor Troi.
She carries the rank of Lieutenant Commander.
I'd appreciate some suggestions.
I recommend we initiate emergency procedure Alpha 2. Bypass computer control and place all systems on manual override.
Very well.
Aye, aye, sir.
One eye is sufficient, O'Brien. We're not pirates.
May I suggest that our next priority be to stabilize life support and try to reestablish intership communications?
Yes, Mr. Mandel. I'd like you to assist Ensign Ro.
Yes, sir.
We focus on 10 forward. There are broken tables and chairs all over the place. Several crew members are down. Worf is attending to them. Keiko is laying down. Riker is checking her over.
How do you feel?
Okay. Very supportive. A little foggy.
Well, just lie still a little while. We'll get you to sickbay as soon as we can.
Okay. Riker gets up and heads over to Worf and Data.
Report.
I have surveyed all the turbolifts and service coils on this deck. Access to the bridge is completely severed by emergency bulkheads.
Sickbay?
Heavy damage to Sector 23A has cut off access to sickbay. I have ordered a security team to bring casualties here until further notice.
Adam.
I think we should assume the worst, that everybody on the bridge is dead. There's no one in control of the ship.
In that circumstance, reestablishing control should be our top priority.
Agreed. Can we get to engineering?
Yes, sir. The most direct route is blocked, but I believe we can use a starboard service crawlway.
Okay, you and I will try to get there. Mr. Worf, this room is going to fill up with wounded in a few minutes, and they're going to need help. I want you to stay in charge here.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
A crewman carries an injured woman in.
Over here.
Yes, sir.
We focus on the cargo bay.
Okay, clear the power shunt.
The shunt is cleared.
All right, and bypass the flow current. And
Nothing happens.
the computer still won't release the doors.
Can we force them open?
Yes, we can try. There's the hand actuator.
Geordi,
Yes?
this wall is hot.
Where? Ah!
Something blows where Geordi had removed a panel, knocking him off his feet. Crusher rushes over to help him. There's green fire coming from the panel.
I'm all right, but I think we've got a new problem. One of the energy conduits must have ruptured and ignited the polyduranide inside the bulkhead. That's the plasma fire, a fire leak.
It's put out a lot of radiation. We can't stay in here very long.
We've got a bigger problem than that. The quantum in these containers is used in emergency thrust packs. It's normally pretty stable stuff, but when you expose quantum to radiation, it has a way of exploding.
We focus on the turbolift. Picard is at a panel, but is unable to get off the floor. Marissa is helping him at the panel.
The external power is cut off.
Il sens to Morse.
What was that?
I don't know.
Marissa helps Picard stand. He tries to reach the hatch in the ceiling, but misses and almost falls.
Ah! Your name is Marissa, is that right? Well, Marissa, I'm going to need a first officer to help me. You're the oldest, and so that makes you my number one.
Number one?
That's what I always called my first officer. So, here,
He puts two of his pips on her top.
there. Now, number one, we need a crew to help us get that hatch off. Don't you think that Jay here would make an excellent science officer? What do you say, Jay? Will you join our crew?
J'ai Gordon.
Oh, of course. Forgive me, Jay Gordon.
I accept.
He pins one pip to Jay Gordon's shirt.
There.
Can I be an officer too?
Well, let me see. Your science project involved radishes, did it not?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall appoint you my executive officer in charge of radishes.
That's not a thing. But nevertheless, he gets the last pip.
There. Right. Then let's get to work.
We focus on a Jeffries tube. Riker and Data are crawling through.
1365 Baker. That should put us right behind Shuttle Bay 2.
That is correct, sir. We have approximately 52 meters remaining in this crawlway before we can safely exit into the main corridor.
Suddenly, something has burst, and the floor behind them starts emitting a gas into the Jeffries tube.
Coolant leak!
They scramble forward and manage to shut a bulkhead behind them, only for an energy barrier to start up ahead. We focus on the cargo bay.
We can withstand this level of radiation for another 3 or 4 hours without any permanent damage. We'll need a few days of ironalin treatments.
What are the radiation levels in the quantum?
They're at 83 rads and rising, at a rate of about 4 rads per minute.
That stuff gets unstable at around 350 rads. I still haven't been able to get any power to this transporter.
The radiation level is about 20% lower at this end of the bay. Let's move the containers over to here.
That's a good idea. It should buy us some time. You know, we're going to have to do this by hand. With all the radiation floating around here, we can't trust the anti-gray units. Anti-grav units.
We focus on the bridge. O'Brien and Troi are at a rear science station, studying a monitor.
There, just before the second time we were hit. See the subspace distortion?
Yes. How big is a quantum filament?
It can be hundreds of meters long, but it has almost no mass, which makes it very difficult to detect.
So it's like a cosmic string?
No, that's a completely different phenomenon.
Another station comes online.
How did you do that?
I diverted power from the phaser array and I dumped it into the engineering control system.
You what?
Engineering station's online, counselor.
But that's a completely improper procedure. You can't just dump that much raw energy into a bridge terminal without blowing it up.
We're not going to get out of this by playing it safe.
What is our engine status, Ensign?
We've got half impulse power available, but I'm getting some odd readings from the warp drive. I'm reading a spike in the warp field array. Looks like a containment deviation.
Switch to primary bypass.
Nothing. Field strength's at 40% and fallen. We've got a problem. The quantum resonance of the filament caused a polarity shift in the antimatter containment field.
Oh no! When the filament hit us, the ship was momentarily charged. It's as if we're coming to contact with a live electrical wire.
That weakened the containment field surrounding the antimatter pods. The field strength is at 40% and it is still falling.
I don't think you have enough urgency. It fails to 50% and the field will collapse, and then we'll have a containment breach.
Which means...
Which means the ship will explode.
We focus on the Jeffries tube. Data and Riker have a panel open and are working on it.
Commander, the current cannot be off down from this relay box.
We can't just sit here.
If the energy flowing through that arc were interrupted by a non-conductive material, it is likely the current would be broken.
I don't see any material in here that could be handle that much current.
Commander, much of the body frame is made up of tripolymers, a non-conductive material.
Are you suggesting we use your body?
Yes, sir.
Data. There's 500,000 amps flowing through that arc. Could your body handle that much current?
The power surge would cause a system failure in my internal processors and melt my primary power couplings. However, there is a chance that the damage would not be irreparable.
No.
Commander, our options are very limited.
First of all, android or not, I wouldn't ask anyone to take that kind of risk. Second, if the computer is not working engineering, I'm going to need your help to get control of the ship.
My positronic brain has several layers of shielding to protect me from power surges. It would be possible for you to remove my cranial unit and take it with you.
Let me get this straight. You want me to take off your head?
Yes, sir. Is something wrong, sir?
Well, Data, would you be all right?
My memory core and neural nets are self-contained. I would be fine, sir.
Well, like you said, our options are limited.
Data walks forward into the currents. They stop, and he falls to the floor.
Data? Data! Data!
Data blinks a couple of times.
A remarkable experience, Commander.
Are you all right? Did the shielding work?
Apparently so, sir. My neural nets are still fully operational. You may begin by opening the ventral access panel located 2 centimeters below my right ear.
We focus on the turbo lift. Jay Gordon is on Picard's shoulders. They get the hatch open.
Can you climb up?
I think so.
Good. Now, look down the sides of the lift. Can you see 2 big clamps?
I see them.
Can you see if those clamps are attached to long beams inside big grooves?
But one of them looks broken. It's half out of the groove.
All right. Come down.
Jay Gordon jumps down. Picard catches him and falls to the floor.
All right. Number 1. Those big clamps are part of the emergency system. If anything goes wrong, they're designed to hold the turbo lift in place. But it would seem that they are damaged.
Is that why we keep shaking?
That's right. Now, when they give way, we shall fall. So, you've got to get your crew out of here before that happens. Now, there is a ladder that runs along the wall of the shaft. You can climb up that until you come to an open doorway.
What about you?
My ankle is broken. I will just slow you down when you need to move quickly. Now, you are the leader, and that's an order.
We have to climb up the shaft.
I want to stay here with you, Captain.
Paterson, you're an officer. You have to obey orders.
I don't want to be an officer anymore. I want to stay here with you, Captain.
If the captain stays here, we won't make it. We'll all die.
We don't have time to argue. You must go now.
The crew has decided to stick together. We all go, or we all stay.
While still reluctant, Picard considers the crew's ultimatum.
What an ultimatum. All right, I'll try. But I want you to know this is mutiny. Now, number 1, look at that control panel. Now, the yellow control pad, hit that once. Now the one below it. Hit twice. Now that should release the panel underneath.
Yes, it did.
Now you can pull it away.
Okay.
Good. Now, that bundle of wires, that's optical cabling. See how much of that you can pull out.
We focus on the cargo bay. LaForge and Crusher are finishing moving the containers.
The levels are still rising. There must be some way to put that fire out.
Well, the energy's being fed by the ship's internal power grid, and we can't even get near that. The only way to stop this fire leak would be to eliminate its supply of oxygen. Wait a minute, Doctor! I've got an idea. It's kind of wild, but we just may be able to kill two birds with one stone.
Let's hear it.
Okay, we open the external door. That would depressurize the cargo bay and suck all of those containers out into space. At the same time, the lack of oxygen should put out the plasma fire.
What about us?
Well, we just need to find something in here to hold on to while the air is evacuating. Then we close the door, repressurize the bay.
What about this?
They check out a ladder up to the second level.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
We focus on 10 forward. Keiko is bandaging injured crew members. There, that should do it. Worf is attending to a man's broken leg.
There will be a sharp pain as I set the bone. Prepare yourself. Good. You bore that well.
Keiko is checking a woman's bandage and lets out a breath, clutching her stomach.
Keiko?
I'm all right. I think.
Perhaps you should lie down.
Oh. I'm having contractions.
I
Oh.
believe that is not uncommon in the late months of pregnancy.
No, I mean contractions. I'm going into labor.
You cannot. This is not a good time, Keiko.
It's not open for debate. Like it or not, this baby is coming. Oh! We focus on the observation lounge. Troi is getting the worst case scenario briefing.
If the containment field strength continues to drop at this present rate, we still have at least 2 hours before it becomes critical.
But you're ignoring the fact that the power coupling is also damaged. If that coupling overheats, the field strength could drop a lot faster. We could have a containment breach in a matter of minutes.
What do you suggest?
We should separate the saucer now. Put as much distance as possible between us and the draft section.
Excuse me, sir, but that's damn cold-blooded. What about the people down there?
There's no evidence that anyone is still alive in the draft section.
No evidence they're dead either. If you were trapped down there, would you like us just to cut you loose and leave?
No, of course not. But I also wouldn't expect the bridge crew to risk the safety of the ship and hundreds of lives in a futile effort to rescue me.
Troi paces around the room and considers her decision for a few moments.
You said there was no way to stabilize the containment field from the bridge. Could it be done from engineering?
Yes, but my readings indicate there's no power down there. They don't even have monitors to tell them there's a problem.
Could we divert energy from the bridge to those monitors?
Yes, sir.
I'll say it again. There is no reason to believe that anyone is alive in engineering. We're wasting time even talking about this. We have to separate the ship now.
I believe there are people alive down there. and I'm going to give them every chance. Assuming they're alive, they'll be hoping someone up here can help them. So we'll help them. Chief, divert the necessary power to engineering.
Aye, sir.
I remind you, Counselor, that power coupling could overheat at any moment. By not separating the ship now, you could be responsible for all our deaths.
Thank you, Ensign. Proceed.
We focus on a turbo shaft. Using the optical cable as a rope, Picard and the children have climbed up to the next deck.
I can't open this door. We're going to have to climb up to the next deck.
What if that one doesn't open either?
Then we'll never get out.
Quiet, both of you. That's an order.
We're going up. Ready?
Ready, sir.
The sheriff's falling. Hang on. We're all right. We're going to keep on climbing. Just don't look down.
Paterson begins to cry.
What is wrong?
He's scared.
We're right with you, Paterson. You're not going to fall. Everything will be all right if you just keep climbing. What we need is a climbing song. Marissa, is there a song you sing at school?
The laughing Vulcan and his dog?
I'm afraid I don't know that one. I know Frere Jacques. That's a song I used to sing when I was at school. Paterson, do you know that one? Good! It goes... oh, Lord. Like this. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez la matine, ding ding dong, ding ding dong.
Dog.
Very good. Now keep singing. Ding ding dong, ding ding dong,
Encore, encore.
That was a disaster. We focus on 10 forward. Keiko is in the throes of labor. Ah! Ah!
Your contractions are now only 30 seconds apart. Dilation has gone to 7 centimeters since the onset of labor. That did not take long.
That's easy for you to say. I'm going to make sure that O'Brien suffers for the rest of his life for this. Ah!
You are doing very well. I'm sure the child will arrive soon.
Worf! Has the baby turned?
Turned?
So the head is down. Dr. Crusher told me a few days ago that it hadn't. She wasn't worried because I still had a month to go.
I am not certain. Can't you tell?
Worf, have you ever done this before? Delivered a baby?
Yes. No. I have taken the Starfleet Emergency Medical Course. In a computerized simulation, I assisted in the delivery of a human baby.
Sometimes it doesn't go by the book, Worf.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
We focus on the cargo bay.
Once the air is vented, the first thing you'll feel is extreme pressure in your lungs. You'll have to resist the temptation to exhale. Next, our hands and feet will get cold, then numb, and some of the capillaries and exposed section of the skin may burst.
Sounds on!
We will have about 15 seconds of useful consciousness, then about 10 seconds of extreme disorientation. Then we pass out.
Oh, okay. Once the air is evacuated, one of us is going to need to get to that panel over there to repressurize the bay.
Of course, the panel is on the far wall.
We're ready. Are you okay?
One touch of a button. And the outer door has been raised. They take a few deep breaths. And Geordi releases the force field. The air in the barrels are sucked out into space. The plasma fire goes out. Geordi closes the cargo bay door. They set off across the cargo bay to the panel, but Geordi collapses halfway. Beverly just makes it, and the air rushes back in. We focus on the bridge.
The field strength is down to 20%. We cannot run the risk of staying any longer. Is that urgent enough for you, Chief?
We're in no danger until it drops below 15%. We can't afford to wait and see if someone in engineering noticed those monitors.
Have you made preparations to separate the saucer section?
Yes, sir. We're in standby mode for docking latches.
Ensign Ro, there's been a thermal inversion in a power coupling.
Quick, cross-connect to the transfer coil. That was close.
What happened?
Exactly what I said might happen. The power coupling overheated and the entire containment field almost collapsed. O'Brien's fixed it temporarily, but this could happen again at any moment. And next time, we might not be able to stop it. You can't let wishful thinking guide your decision, Counselor. It's time to leave.
Troi stares Ro down and finally grows some beanbags.
We will separate the ship when I decide it's time, and not before. Is that clear, Ensign?
Yes, perfectly.
We focus on engineering. Data's head is on a shelf, laced up to a panel. Riker is working on another one.
Okay, try it.
Very good, Commander. You have established a connection. I can now raise the door.
The blast door goes up to reveal Geordi's office area, all lit up.
There's no power on this entire deck, yet somehow these monitors are working.
The power reaching these those monitors has been diverted from the bridge, sir.
But why? Unless they want us. Something they need us to see. Wait a minute. Data. The containment field strength is down to 18%. Can you stabilize it?
No, sir. I do not have access to the containment field. You will have to establish a new link. Locate the ODN conduit, sir.
Riker probes Data's exposed circuits.
Got it.
Yes, sir. You must now change the input matrix in my secondary optical port and then connect the ODN conduit.
Data's right eye closes.
That is not the correct port, sir.
Sorry, but that was pretty funny.
You must hurry, Commander. The containment field has dropped to 16%.
I'm trying. You need to get a bigger head.
The field continues to drop, sir. Collapse is imminent.
Try it now.
I have made a connection, sir. I am now stabilizing the containment field.
We focus on the bridge. The station O'Brien is working at begins to flash.
So, the field strength is stabilizing. 18%. 20. 25.
I guess they got our message. I was wrong, Counselor.
You could have easily been right.
We focus on the corridor. A turbolift door opens, and Picard hauls himself onto the deck like a seal to land. The children follow. They sit panting. We focus on Tank Forward.
Congratulations. You are fully dilated to 10 centimeters. You may now give birth.
That's what I've been doing!
Bearing down is the next stage. It should start at full dilation. Why has it not begun?
I don't know. I don't think it's up to me. It happens when it happens.
The computer simulation was not like this. That delivery was very orderly.
Well, I'm sorry.
Do you feel an uncomfortable urge to push?
She screams with a nod.
Good. You are bearing down. Now you must push with each contraction, and I must urge you gently but firmly to push harder. Push. Keiko. Push hard. Push, Keiko. Push. Push.
I am pushing!
The baby is emerging, head first. Good. One more contraction.
Okay.
That's good. Push. Push. Push hard. I have the baby. I will smack the child to induce breathing. Now I will cut the umbilical cord. Blanket. I believe she looks like Chief O'Brien.
He hands the baby to Keiko. Hello. You were wonderful, Worf. I couldn't have done it without you. Hello. We focus on the Enterprise, flying through space.
Captain's log! Supplemental! We are en route to Starbase 67 to undergo repairs. Life aboard the Enterprise is slowly returning to normal.
We focus on the bridge. Troi leads the children onto the bridge.
Now just wait here.
Oh, Adam. Oh, he's muted. You're muted, Adam.
Yes, I'm here.
No, okay.
You can't stay
so
away from the bridge, the big chair, can you now?
I don't think I'm cut out to be captain. First officer, maybe. I understand there aren't many qualifications.
Don't even need to know how to use a mute button.
Riker,
Oh, funny guy.
Riker and Worf exchange looks. Riker hits his comm badge before he says something he shouldn't.
Captain Picard to the bridge, please.
Picard enters.
Oh, hello. It's good to see you again. What brings you to the bridge?
In appreciation for the way you helped us get out of the turbo shaft and the way you helped us not be scared, we want to present you with this commemorative plaque. Give it to him.
J. Gordon hands it over. It reads, to Captain Picard, in appreciation for the way you helped us to get out of the turbo shaft and the way you helped us not be scared. J. Gordon Graas, Paterson Supra, Marissa Flores.
Thank you. I love wood. Thank you very much.
Where's Mott?
I made the back piece.
And a wonderful job you did of it too. Well, later this afternoon, we're going to finish the tour I promised you, starting with the Battle Bridge. I'll see you at 1400 hours. You have the bridge, number one.
Aye, sir.
Picard. Picard stops as both Marissa and Riker acknowledge his order. Riker is amused. Marissa looks embarrassed. Picard winks at Marissa and heads into his ready room.
Wow. Okay. That was something. Okay. That was really fun. Where do you start? Okay. Hi, everybody. That was a lot of fun. We just finished our reading of Star Trek The Next Generation's 5th season episode, Disaster.
Was it a disaster?
What?
Yeah, it was. I think we're going to have to reapproach how we look at singing in the future. But okay, we're going to bring in our cast here. I want to first introduce Michael Chan, who was our Jean-Luc Picard tonight. Hello.
Hello.
A very funny character tonight, Michael. It was great. I was Dave. I was playing Chief Miles O'Brien. I was a little leprechaun, Chief Miles O'Brien. So I was going for the St. Patrick's Day. And also we had Jessica Chan as Ensign Ro Laren and as Dr. Beverly Crusher. So your Ensign Ro Laren was like kind of a cowboy type, right? Like, I was like, aren't you concerned that the ship's about to blow up?
No.
I'm a cool cowboy no matter what.
I thought she sounded kind of like the Marines in StarCraft. Like, look,
exactly.
Locked and loaded.
It was like video game style, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I loved her, bro. It was excellent.
And I really loved your Crusher, especially with Jeff's Geordi. It was good. It was good energies.
My Luna Lovegood.
Yes. Also, we had Tom Mott Tyrell in the role of Data, Lieutenant Commander Data, as well as Paterson Supra, the special officer in charge of radishes.
Special kid. Definitely a special kid.
They all came out all weird. I was like, there was a great read of that line. As well, Jeff Mader playing the role of Geordi LaForge and as J. Gordon. J. Gordon Graas. Weiss.
Oui.
Who was
I'll
a
never
friend.
forget Fire Leak. I think that's my
Fire
new
Leak,
favorite
yeah.
now. Fire Leak.
We got a fire leak in the engine block.
Yeah, and there was a
I
coolant leak
love
from Riker tonight. Also, we had Kevin Millard in the role of Lieutenant Worf, as well as Ensign Mandel. You were in 2 scenes. We had Jane Mader in the role of Counselor Deanna Troi. You were also Lieutenant Flores, who got killed early on. Justice for Flores. And because no one was too bummed.
Justice for
Monroe.
Flores.
Monroe.
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 Flores
Flores.
is wicked.
Flores
Oh,
is
sorry, I was
Marissa.
reading the wrong name. I was like, no. Marissa,
Marissa.
was the number one girl.
Number one. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. And Lieutenant Monroe was the one who got blown up near the beginning.
Yeah.
Which caused the whole power struggle with Ro Laren and Deanna Troi in this story.
Yeah.
And also we had Ashley Millard in the role of Keiko O'Brien, as well as serving as our narrator, giving birth on her birthday, joined by her husband, aiding in the delivery.
I didn't even figure that out.
It is
that was
birthday.
appropriate. Yeah.
How fitting. That was a lot of fun. That scene and that dialogue is great. It's just so fun to run through
job.
that. Great job. And also we had Adam Woodward. Oh, I need to take something down. Adam Woodward in the role of Commander Riker. I think I might have stole your crewman. I couldn't remember if I gave that crewman line to somebody or not, and then I did it, but I didn't mean to scoop you there. I thought
Okay, I had trouble reading between pages today, but clearly, so.
No worries. It was a lot of fun. I like how too Riker and Worf were going at each other in the script, but also in the ad-lib there at the end. That was fun. So it was a great show tonight. I really enjoyed it. Where do you start? But like just like I think just like Glenda the Good Witch that Jessica was doing for the Crusher, and then Geordi's like, okay, that sounds good. All right. And just a lot of fun stuff like that tonight. Okay, no, the singing thing. I don't know if we can do this because it was 4 different feeds trying to sing in unison, and clearly we're not as in sync as we think we are.
I don't think we were trying to be.
I thought people were deliberately trying to be off.
At the end, I went off on purpose.
I looked at it like a medley.
Yeah.
It was
like row your boat.
Row your boat.
Exactly.
Yes.
And what was the Alamarine one?
Alamarine, count to 4. Alamarine.
Oh my God! Yes.
That was also hard to try to sync.
Yes,
that was hard too. So I think maybe when we have to maybe sing together, maybe we have to cut those lines up or something where we kind of each sing a line or something.
I think it's better.
Yes, perfect.
Or
Perfect.
if that was enjoyable as I think it was, then we'll keep doing it. As well.
Might be more enjoyable for the performers than the listeners.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I looked at it went like twice too. You thought like, oh, it's done. No, we got the whole length of the song. Yeah, listen to the multiple times.
No, it was like, and then there was like another like Frere Jacques at the end. So good, so good. Yeah. Oh, great. Can't wait to do more. Okay, so that is our read for tonight. We are going to be back in a week or so to do another installment. We'll be doing Deep Space Nine next. I believe we're doing Statistical Probabilities next at the request of Jeff Mader. Another episode that includes some singing. So we're kind of on a singing theme right now.
I think we'll be doing that.
Yes, there's going to be some interesting stuff going on. So, yes, that's a very fun episode with some genetically engineered individuals from Deep Space Nine's. I think it's like the 5th or 6th seasons. Statistical Probabilities. So we'll be doing that next. We'll be setting a date for that. What else?
What a laugh!
What a laugh!
What a laugh!
That's my fish. We're going on Tuesday.
Doing this one just a lark.
It's just on Tuesdays we do Star Trek Deep Space Nine rewatches here on Live Long and Podcast. Jeff Mader, the Millards, the tag team couple, Jamil and I. We're going through the 3rd season. We are going into the next episode, which is called Second Skin, which is Kira a Cardassian? Maybe.
I say yes.
Yes. Watch it. Watch that on Tuesday.
At least for the first 38 minutes of the 40 minutes of the episode.
Yes.
I believe she's a Cardassian.
Yeah. We'll be debating it on Tuesday.
We'll be debating that. Also, on Wednesdays, we do Star Trek The Original Series rewatches. That includes Adam Woodward, Jeff Mader, Jody Simpson, my dad. Oh, I don't know if you caught the last episode, but it was spicy.
Your dad was pretty spicy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing the hot fire.
He was bringing the hot fire.
Yeah, Jody was an idiot.
Don't question Gary 7 and how cool he is. So
Gary 7, I think might be the epitome of cool to my dad. So
he was
a
pretty
big
cool.
star back in the day.
Robert Lansing.
That's true.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. So if you want to hear some controversial takes on original series episodes, and
it's about 40 minutes in. 40 minutes.
40 minutes in. Check that out on Wednesdays. We're doing the Apple this Wednesday. Which I don't know much about the title, but my dad said it's good, so we'll see. And then
that's not saying anything. He thinks everyone's good.
Yeah, he does.
Is that the one with people in the white clothes and they have that that they go to the sacrifice guy?
I don't.
Where they go to the person to sacrifice. And
yes,
it's
is it that one
that they go to? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know with the white hair and
with the white hair.
Loompas and
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that episode.
We're watching the Oompa Loompas. All right.
I hope Jody likes it.
Yes. I better like it.
Jody's hit and miss. Jody's either loves the episode or hates it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Also on other days of the week too, we've done in the past. We did Star Trek Discovery. We've done Star Trek Picard. That included. Star Trek Discovery included Michael and Adam, most notably in the third season. We also did Star Trek Lower Decks. That was like me and Jeff. So if you like Star Trek shows, we do companion podcasts for all of them, even the movies. We did all the rewatches last year. So check all that out. And this radio theater podcast we do as well. And our other channel, Super Mater Brothers Podcasting, which is TV shows that aren't Star Trek, TV and movies. We just did a WandaVision series review on Friday. That was Ashley, Jamil, and I. We also do we do Big Brother Canada right now. Jamil and I are doing season 9 rewatches of all that, covering every episode of that show. We've done Survivor, we've done Westworld, we've done all kinds of fun things. And then we also have trivial debates where we argue about TV, sports, and TV movies and all kinds of things, music on our monthly debate show. So that's it. That's all our shows. Thanks to the whole cast tonight for the special Sunday night daylight savings rewatch. Michael and
happy
Jessica,
birthday!
Yes,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Great job, everybody. Take a bow.
That was a fun one.
That was a really fun one. Okay, and we're just gonna bring you all off video here. I'll come back and say, hey, have a good night, everybody.